So how have you developed your art career so far?
Like I said, starting off in August 2020, it was more of just me painting, getting out of COVID and that thing, just something to keep me occupied during quarantine. And then after that, I was like, okay, maybe I can, start showing this to everybody. Made a little Instagram page, and from there, just kept building, As the followers kept coming, I got a little bit more motivation, kept painting a little bit more. And then I started up a little Etsy shop, so I just kept growing and growing, and I felt like, wow, I'm really doing this. Like, I became an artist.
Right.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's not as hard as you probably thought.
Yeah.
Welcome to Greenwood Gallery and the Artist Connection. Today, I bring you Toni Williams. Hello, Toni. Thank you.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I want to thank you foremost for sitting down with us and sharing your talent with us. So I have a few questions for you. So,
go ahead.
First question, what is your style and how has it changed over time?
I wouldn't necessarily say I have a style right now. I am still new to the whole painting. I just started in 2020, so I'm still kind of developing my style. I will say it has changed over time. I went from being more precise, perfectionist, everything has to go where it goes, to now I'm trying to be more free, carefree, abstract, just throw it on there. It's okay if it's not perfect. All art is not perfect. Right. So it's definitely changed. But the one thing that's remained the same and my constant is my cartoon characters. That's always been my style, is cartoon characters, making them black, or just making them in a different style than what they're normally seen in. So my cartoon characters have stayed the same. They went from being perfect to now more the abstract cartoony style. Okay.
So cartoon would you say that's one of your strong points, one of your favorite things to draw?
Yes.
Okay. How did that become?
I watch a lot of kids shows. Okay. Growing up on Nickelodeon, the old Disney Channel and stuff like that, and seeing all the animations, you just had to draw it. You just had to, I can copy that. I can do that. So it's just, SpongeBob has been my number one. That's been throughout all these years. It's been the same. So I've just constantly developed my SpongeBob style to now it's looking pretty decent. All
right. So how have you developed your art career so far?
Like I said, starting off in August 2020, it was more of just me painting, getting out of COVID and that thing, just something to keep me occupied during quarantine. And then after that, I was like, okay, maybe I can, start showing this to everybody. Made a little Instagram page, and from there, just kept building, As the followers kept coming, I got a little bit more motivation, kept painting a little bit more. And then I started up a little Etsy shop, so I just kept growing and growing, and I felt like, wow, I'm really doing this. Like, I became an artist. Right. It's easy.
Yeah, it's not as hard as you probably thought.
Yeah.
Greenwood Gallery and Framing specializes in custom framing, printing on canvas, and selling contemporary and African American art, all housed in our 3,000 square foot art gallery. We are centrally located in Milwaukee at 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue. We recognize local artists and strive to connect local talent with the community. We're asking for your support. Contact us to find out how you can help sponsor the work we're doing to highlight local artists in our community.
People overthink it, but it's a lot easier.
Okay. Now, I hear the word artist block a lot. Mm-hmm. What do you do to overcome artist block?
Artist block.
Or do you even have artist block? Have you ever had it?
Oh yes, I've definitely had artist block before. It's usually like a little small. Sometimes it could be a small period of time, long period of time where you just cannot think of what to create next. It's just more like, okay, pen and paper, what's next? And then nothing flows, nothing comes out. So it's just, that's artist block. Like, you know how writers get writer's block where they can't write anything? Mm-hmm. It's the same way with artists. Sometimes we just can't paint anything. Right. So yeah, to overcome that, one thing I started to do is really go back to my older paintings, like either from high school or just when I was doodling, and recreate those to see how much of my growth has changed during that time. Even if it's a small period of time, I always try to go back, redo an old painting, and see how much I've grown.
Right.
So that's one way I really overcome artist block, because once I'm redoing that old painting, I'm like, ooh, I can change this up, I can do this now, and then the ideas start kind of flowing.
Yeah, I think that's a unique way to get out of it. Now,
yeah.
Have you had writer's block more than once? Do it come back like every 6 months, or how does that go? Like, is it just something that comes organic? Or like?
Yeah, it's just something that just comes. It comes. Sometimes I'll be on a good flow, producing, multiple paintings at a time. But then after I, do good so well, I'm like, bam, hit the wall, and I'm just like, okay, I have nothing now. Like, what's next? Send me some ideas. I need some help. Like, it's just, sometimes you just hit that wall.
So Toni, when you do eventually come out of writer's block, does your creativity, do you feel that your creativity has moved forward, or do you and your skills has gotten stronger? Explain when you come out of writer's block, the creativity.
When I come out of writer's block, if I've recreated an older painting, I'm usually, getting that creativity flowing then that's when all the ideas and everything come. Sometimes if I'm still not quite out of it, I'll do like a little study, like study of eyes and everything, learn how to draw them a little better, or flowers. Stuff that I draw on a daily basis that I want to, perfect a little bit more. Right. So I try to come out of artist block like that with just, this is my focus, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to grow within like those few weeks of studying the eye or studying the hand or something like that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just hope writer's block don't come too often.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all
we
right.
like to keep them ideas going.
Yeah. You want to keep it flowing. So what's the hardest part of creating a painting?
Sometimes it's just the idea. What am I going to paint? What I've started doing now is just working on the background instead of focusing so much on the sole image that I want to paint. I just dabble with that background, just throw paint on there, some oil pastels, whatever comes to mind, and then whatever I get on that background, try to pair it up with what can go with that background now.
Right.
So instead of going, some people start off with the image and then the background, I go background image, just because it's a little easier to get the creativity going and everything like that, instead of just focusing on the one image that you want to get done.
Okay. Speaking of backgrounds, we have one of your pieces in our background. So can you kind of explain this piece The Artist Connection podcast was generated from many conversations with local artists around the lack of opportunity to showcase their talent. Here at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing, we recognize our local talent and strive to connect artists with the community. Please enjoy this opportunity to hear from local artists and learn more about what inspires their work.